Skating on the Rideau Canal. It's a true winter love story made in the capital. Sometimes literally. When the canal didn't open last year, it threw that romance between a city and its skateway into question. We were left asking, can we count on the canal? Will temperatures drop long enough to rekindle the spark? And what's an Ottawa winter without skating on the Rideau Canal? Let's say you're a Vancouver transplant trying to make the most of your new, very cold home city. Where do you go? Well, for Yimeng Liu, that wasn't even really a question. She knew she had to lace up her skates and get on the canal.
I don't know how to skate, so skating on the canal is definitely not what I expected. I think the first time I was on the canal, I literally was like crawling on my knees because I couldn't stand. Coming to Ottawa, embracing the winter, skating on the canal, all of that to me felt like Ottawa's my home.
She even tells people she calls friends to come and experience the frigid Ottawa winter. But when the canal didn't open last year, she says it was sobering.
It was disappointing. It really put into perspective climate change and made me think about, the reality of the world.
The National Capital Commission is trying to get the canal open. After all, an afternoon with hot chocolate or something stronger is fun for one person, but it's business for someone else. Adam Malberg is a vendor who sells something a little stronger, and he grew up just down the canal.
Late night skates with my now wife.
Hold on, Adam. The romance is coming up.
The first time my kid's skating on the canal and pushing them in the stroller. Taking my kids to school by skating on the canal. When I was working in bars, I would skate to work on the canal. Where else can you say you've done something like that?
He wants his business to be part of making those kinds of memories. They were set to expand their footprint on the canal last year.
There's a bit part of me as a kid that kind of withered away a little bit and was longing for that skate, and a bit of that business entrepreneur in me that wanted to, really give a different experience that the NCC was going to be able to provide.
He says they sunk thousands of dollars into last season, but the missed opportunity of being seen by hundreds of thousands of skaters, locals and tourists is what stung. And that opportunity is on thinner and thinner ice.
I know right now, as I'm standing here right in front of you today, I want him open more than anything. And right now, if I was to say, will I do it next year? 100%.
Since the canal opened for skating in the 1970s, the skateway has grown, but seasons have been generally getting shorter and later, even before the no-go season.
You don't want to be that generation that said back in my day, like, we used to skate on the longest skating rink in the world and have the greatest time and hot chocolate and, but it's, that's a fear for sure.
Adam's family's far from the only one whose traditions wind along the canal. It's been the backdrop for dates, proposals, and weddings. So now the story of two lovebirds relocating from Halifax to Ottawa and a snowy skate in February of 1993.
Let's get a table, linen tablecloth, cheesecake from Memories in the Market, bottle of champagne, and it was a winter storm, massive winter storm. And we came skating up the canal, and there was nobody here.
And as we approached, I realized, oh, it's a table. And Fred is pulling out the chair and, helping me sit.
Got down on one knee and produced the ring, and it was a very magical moment for us.
She said yes!
The canal is a big part of our life.
They try to go back for a kiss on the canal at that spot every year. They've even recreated the scene twice on their 10th and 20th engagement anniversaries. But, 1993, they couldn't get back on the ice for their 30th engagement anniversary. I asked Michelle Tenier about that disappointment.
The bigger concern or emotion that I personally was feeling is the future, exactly that. Our kids are now 22 and 25, and if we have grandchildren, will we be able to bring them onto the canal? Will they be able to experience the joy that we have skating on the canal. And as much as the cold is difficult and, it's not always comfortable, it is such a joy to be able to do this every year.
For people looking to make Ottawa their new home, folks hoping to make some money, and lovebirds hoping to make some memories, cross your gloved fingers the canal opens this year.